everyone. We're here with all the dudes from Luna Soul. If you don't know them, you should fucking check them out. Bluesy as fuck.
Right on.
Uh, like you all set was one of my favorite sets all weekend.
Oh wow. Thanks,
It
Tom.
was it was like the set that I didn't know I fucking needed. What a great way to like cap that weekend off.
You did eat the gummy we gave you right before we played, didn't you?
I hope the
That's our
Mustang.
trick.
Yes. It was, it was just really, it was a fucking badass set. There was another band that was super bluesy. Uh, I don't remember what night they played, but they like opened the night and then you guys like capping the weekend. I listened to you a little bit. I listened to a little bit of Vita Moore's like right before its release through the PR company. And I was
Oh,
like,
cool.
okay,
Purple Sage.
I can totally dig this. And the set fucking blew my mind. Like, wow.
Oh,
Huh.
right on. Did you know the Kentucky connection already?
I had no clue.
Yeah, I felt like that we figured that out. Yeah, there.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Like right when we were in line, because you commented on Reagan's hooker shirt.
Yeah, that was a great hooker shirt, man. Great band.
Yeah. Yeah. Bunch of really good dudes too. Um,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
so how has like Vita Moore's, how's the reception for that been?
Well, we all still have jobs. Doug checks every hour on the hour to see if we're famous yet, and so far we're getting closer, Doug tells us, but there's no guarantee. He keeps saying.
It's a little wiggly. We're almost there. We're almost there. We're almost there.
We're almost there. The important
It's
thing,
been
right?
really cool. I think that we set out to make something like kind of like Holland, Muddy Waters, Hard Again meets, Cactus meets early Montrose, and I think with the connections, being in Colorado, and meeting people, it's so different than in Kentucky, like where I grew up, everybody jams.
Yeah.
You get together, you jam, and you learn to play music that way. And then I realized quickly here it was just like, well, Dave, write a song, and we'll play that song over and over and over. I was like, oh, okay. So when we decided to, kind of put this together and start Vita Moore's, I had met Zeth. He was the first drummer I ever played with out here. He's really good friends with my wife Jen, and she rocks. So she was just like, you should hang out with Zeth. He came over and he sucked. So I was like, no, that won't work. So then I'm just kidding.
That's exactly how that went down.
I'm not joking that Zeth was almost like too good, like too rhythmic, too much. And I was just like, yeah, I'm looking for a Phil Rudd style, like you're way too good for what I would want to do. And then it was really weird over time. I kept going back to I just love Zeth as a dude. And then Doug and Zeth were in a band called Horse out here, which is kind of like the Super Fuzz of Denver. Like everybody knows Horse out here. And so it was kind of a cool connection because we jammed with them with the one of the other lineups of Luna Soul. And I was like, I don't want to do Luna Soul. I don't want to sing. I just want to jam. Like, can we just get together and jam? So I talked to Zeth and he was just like, I'll come over. So and I was like, do you know a bass player? And he was just like, well, I think Doug will come over. And when I met Doug, I'm not joking, like, and people out here are amazing. Colorado is amazing. Kentucky's amazing. Like the world is a great place, but people are very cool out here. And but I miss that like Southern Midwest, it's just a different vibe.
Yeah.
And I mean, Doug and I started hanging out at a Luna Soul and Horse show, and we are just talking. And I met his wife Liz, and I was just like, "You ain't from around here." He's like, "Oh hell no, I'm from Ohio." And I'm like, "Oh okay." Now we're going someplace. So it kind of all came together, but I think the record itself is like the blend of our personalities and energies and vibes, egos, all of that kind of melds together, and it's really kind of cool that people are digging it. It's because I mean, I'm old, so I honestly don't care. It's like I just want to make music I like.
Well, that's how it should be though, right? Like I think for any musician, I think I always prefer the albums or the music that bands make for themselves, not for anyone else. It comes across as like authentic, and you can tell they're like having fun doing it instead of being like real fucking rigid and we got to
Yeah.
do this and you know.
I don't know that Zeth or Doug had fun with me producing because I'd be like, try it this way, try it that way, try it this way. They're just like, good God, I can't drink enough to hang out with you.
That's fucking great. So like is there a song like that each of you prefer on the album over like something else?
Hmm.
The hard
I think my
questions.
favorite's Low and Easy. I like Low and Easy because of the way that it all came together too. I think that is probably the most um, authentic song that we have on the album because the whole song was literally written in 20 minutes, start to finish.
That's
Where's everything? It
that's
just
cool.
literally fell together.
Yeah. Yeah, we've got Pro Tools like set up here in the home studio, and so that's where we rehearse, and it's kind of nice because we can just pop stuff off, and every once in a while we'll have a little nugget like that, be like, oh wow, that's kind of cool. I think for me, like Zeth, I don't know where you are. I like the lyrics of Surrounded by Thieves. It was real personal and it was what I was going through, and people are like, oh, is that about the music industry? I'm like, no, actually it's not. But it's about a family business and going through having to sell that after my father died and just all the stuff that was going on. And it was my way of kind of feeling like at one point I was in Super Fuzz, I'm in Hermano. Now we're doing this new band, which we were calling Wolfhound at the time, until my wife said it sounded like a stupid 15-year-old stoner kids band name. So we are like, okay. I know. I was like, is that wrong? What? We should have just said thank you.
No shit.
Yeah, yeah, we were judged on that. So we decided to use Luna Soul as we were recording. And I guess right before we were started recording, didn't we, guys?
Mm.
Yeah, but I like that song that lyrically, but jam wise, I think Freelance Fiend, kind of where we were going up and down and making some of that stuff happen was pretty cool. And to be honest, this record sounds like we sat in a room and recorded it, but we did drums, then bass, then guitars. We did it like as secluded as we could to capture a vibe, but we are all such good friends. I think it just kind of comes across. We're so used to
Kind of
jamming.
melded really well. Yeah.
Yeah, I hope so. That's what's your favorite song?
I just like the whole album altogether from beginning to end, really. I'm sorry for my voice. I've been sick, but I mean,
Am I the
just
only one getting horny right
oh,
now with his voice? Like, oh,
Don't start the
how's that?
9.99 a minute shit now,
I
Jeff.
know.
Just hold
It's just
on.
we just changed channels quickly, didn't we?
but no, I mean, it's just I can't really pinpoint one song. I think it's just the whole overarching arcing from beginning to end, and there's a lot of uh, you know uh, uh, deep emotions in there, and I can't just pinpoint one. I think it's the whole album as a whole is what does it for me.
Yeah. I think, I'm with you. The album as a whole is fucking awesome. One of
Oh,
my like favorite transitions in the album is Surrounded by Thieves into No Substitutions. I just think that the way it flows together flows so fucking well. And
oh
I
wow.
I love Surrounded by Thieves. I'm like, holy fuck, I could listen to that song probably 20 times in a row, and not even bat an
Oh,
eye at it.
that was I wanted to be Bon Scott so bad, and I know I'm not cool. So lyrically, I'm like, I want to
You're cool as
sing,
fuck.
be Bon Scott for a moment. Like, no, I suck. I'm not.
Oh
Yeah.
fuck. Like the thing that stuck out to me at Planet Desert Rock weekend. Thanks, John Gist. What
Mm,
a fantastic fucking weekend that was.
he's a good man.
But yeah, the bands, I don't think there was not a bad moment the
Now,
entire fucking weekend. And the energy that you guys brought to the stage to like end 4 days of complete for me complete fucking madness because the shows are I was still on East Coast time, so it was
Yeah.
like holy fuck, not I think Saturday night the last band was going on at like midnight.
So yeah, you're just like, I'm so tired.
Oh, yeah, I'm like, what the
Three
fuck
in the
is going
morning.
on? Yeah. I get home, my wife's like, "You're sleep drunk." And I'm like, I can't stand up. I don't drink.
Yeah.
I'm fucking bouncing off of everything. She's like, "You all right?" I'm like, "I'm just tired. I gotta sleep."
It's exhausting, man, especially as we get older. It's just exhausting, but there was just you couldn't miss anything. John knows how to put on a party for sure. He's a great dude. He and like all of us, here, he just loves music.
Yeah.
It's funny that right before we played Tom, he kept coming up to me all night, like, "Are you gonna wake up? Are you okay? Are you gonna wake up?" He just kept saying it. I kept looking at him. Finally, I was like, "Hey, dude, don't worry about me. I got this." Like, I'm surrounded by these two. All I gotta do is really stand up there and hit a chord. I'm all right.
Hell yeah. Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
that energy fucking bruh.
it wakes you up. Yeah,
You should have
yeah,
went
that
with
was a cool room too.
that was it was
I loved it.
it, it was a little weird with the amount of tables, but
Yeah,
I enjoyed the tables because my old ass sat right in a fucking
you
chair.
get to
Like,
sit. Yep.
Yeah, hell yeah.
We need to do tables and matinees. That's our new thing. We're pushing that out to the whole scene. Let's all just do matinees and have tables, and we're all good to go. We can do a buffet about 6 p.m., call it a night.
I was gonna say we serve dinner at 4, band starts at 5, we're done by 8 and in bed by 9. We're fucking
Yeah.
good.
We take over that murder mystery thing that all the theaters are doing there for a while. Now we're,
Yeah. Now all the old people can go catch their fucking show, and then all the young people who go to the old people show can take off to the later night shows, you
yeah,
know?
tell their parents they're going to go out and do something else. I'm just going to go hang at a friend's house.
Yeah. Oh God.
That'd be Doug. He'd be going with them.
Yeah, Doug.
Yeah. Yeah.
Doug's like, I'm out of here. Fuck you guys. You old fuckers. I'm going to hang out.
That's
What time
awesome.
is it? Come on, it's not
Yeah,
bedtime.
no shit. Dude, I'm telling you, that's what I felt like in Vegas. I was like it's 9 p.m. Why am I wanting to go to sleep? Like, oh, it's midnight at home.
It's exhausting, man. It's hard to catch up. And then you come home after a trip like that, and then you start to acclimate out there, and then you get home and you're just like your mind's a mashed potato. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, completely. Like I think I'm finally getting kind of back to the routine, but told my wife today, I was like, I got to get back on schedule. I hate sleeping past like 6 a.m. And she's like, you're so fucking crazy. I'm like, no, I got shit to do. Like I
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
want to start
I'd
my
love
day
to
and
get
get
up
it
early.
done.
Yep.
So what does the next year look like for you guys as a band?
Matinees. We're jamming. We play very limited. And that's an internal struggle that we have. I'm kind of at a place where I'll do a lot less. Looking for like certain shows or certain bands I want to play with that inspire, us. Like I really like that. Um, so we've got some shows that we're going to pop off every month. There's some European stuff that's brewing, and emails flying around. So we'll see if that happens. And
Saw the
maybe
Hermano stuff today.
for Hellfest, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, hot off the press. Yeah, that'll be fun.
So you're gonna try and tie something in with that?
No, we're gonna go play. I don't even know how to say it. Tabernas Festival in Spain. It's like
Avernus, I think.
Tabernas. Doug, you come up with another way of saying it.
I think one of you two are right.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Well,
We'll
you were
see.
supposed
We'll see who Doug likes the most.
he's like Tavernus, Tabernus.
We
You
don't.
just call it the
Yeah,
festival in Spain. Like,
yeah.
There
I'm
you
from
go.
Kentucky. Well, come on, man.
yeah.
You know how it is. Um,
Nobody from Kentucky can pronounce anything that's not from Kentucky. It's English or hillbilly. That's
yeah,
it.
that's
No,
fair.
it's hillbilly. That's it.
Yeah, ain't no English. I like how you tried to give that to us, though. That was
Yeah.
nice of you. That's Ohio.
Yeah.
That's Ohio kindness.
Thanks,
Thank
Doug. Yeah.
you. On behalf of Kentucky, Tom and I would like to thank you.
It is. Well,
Uh,
I got my Kentucky roots. My
Oh, that's right.
sister
Yeah.
was Well, my sister was a hillbilly interpreter at a car lot down there in Kentucky. So
I'm only laughing because I know that shit's a real job. What's your job? I'm a hillbilly interpreter for a dealership. Let's make
Yeah,
yes,
this happen.
I help.
yes, right there, Huntington, West Virginia, boy. I tell you, it's necessary.
Mm.
That's hilarious. That was I saw Slayer in Huntington, West Virginia a long time ago.
At that arena there?
Hmm.
Yeah, I saw Jane's Addiction with Rollins opening years ago. We were back in the Black Cat Bone days, and yeah, we were just that was amazing.
God, I imagine so. That was a really good era for music.
Yeah, and then that arena's so small, and it was really cool. Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, man. So many good shows over all these decades, and to be
Yeah.
where we are, like there's some really good bands now that I think deserve a lot more attention than they're getting currently.
Well, but it's cool because like the scene and Todd and Ripple and just all the a lot of really cool indie labels and then all the kind of scene ambassadors like you and what you're doing like it's really cool because if you can hook into it you can find a lot of great bands that you just wouldn't
Yeah.
find if you didn't hook into it because you guys are doing a great job of getting the word out. So that's actually super cool, man, because back in the Super Fuzz days, you didn't have anything like that. You were, literally trying to get like the Kentucky Colonel or Glasgow Daily Times, somebody write a
Oh
story on
yeah.
you.
Well, it was a very different world back then. We
Yeah.
really relied on things like tape trading,
Hmm.
to get the word out there. Like anyone who's putting a zine out, give us a listen, and then some Joe Schmo's writing in Maximum Rock and Roll, and you're like, yeah, we're at Maximum Rock and Roll,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
flip
pretty cool,
side or
right?
whatever. Now
Yeah.
everything's at our fingertips.
Yeah, and I think that's a good way because I still think for me personally, I was talking to somebody and they were talking about the negativities of that. And I'm like, of course there's negativities to it, but there's also like the cream always rises, man. I think in art and the scenes around art, it always rises. It clumps together and then it rises. And it's done it time and time again throughout, my few 22 years of being on this earth. And no, at 56, like you see that and you see the cycles of it, and it's like, wow, well that's kind of cool, man. And to hope that my kids are going to get to experience that, and it's not even though it's going to be different, and they're in a digital world, different digital space, it's going to have these like clumps that rise. I
Well, for
think I,
sure.
I could be wrong, but
No, I think you're absolutely right. And it's us as parents, the ability to pass on the things that we've learned.
yeah,
Like one of my favorite things when my daughter decided she wanted to get into like vinyl, I was like, awesome.
Yeah,
We
right.
went to the store, we bought a record player for her, and then we went to the record store and we're like, I said, okay, go. And she's like, how many? I'm like, just, get what you can get. I think she spent $600 or $700 on records that day.
wow, that's pretty cool, man.
That's awesome.
My parents did not do that. That would have been
Yeah,
awesome. I would have lost my
mine
mind.
either. My dad, you want a record? You either get it for Christmas, your birthday, or you figure out how to make money and buy it yourself. Like,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We were mowing lawns and, surviving.
yeah, yeah, it's so wild. So what is that? Are you guys all vinyl collectors?
I am.
No, he Dave is.
I
Just
have
Dave,
some
huh?
vinyl, but I'm not a collector per se.
Doug's got a Zeth's got a good thing going, getting started. I'm working on that. And then Doug just hates music, so
Yeah, I
we
hate it.
understand. He fucking hates it. He's like, music, no.
No.
He's like, why do I even have this
Yeah.
thing right here?
He's like,
He's
I could,
well.
yeah.
I, I don't
Why
even
do
know
I
why I'm
even
hanging
have
out.
this?
I
How'd
don't even know
this
why I'm
get
hanging out
here?
with you people. Yeah,
Really?
it's like, why am I even hanging out with you people? I don't even understand what I'm here for.
Doug just keeps getting high and wandering into musicians. He doesn't know how it all connects, but he's like, why am I still here? What? There's more musicians in this room again.
How's
Like
this baby around my neck
What are
right
you
now?
two? What are you people doing in my room?
like accidentally like, how the fuck how am I on another fucking record? I don't even like this shit.
Yeah, yeah. Why am I on this record? It's kind of cool though, and you know, Tom, because you talked to all these bands, but it never. We're still, and we talk about this still. When you talk about our kids and younger, like it's still you're 15 years old, like playing in Vegas. I don't feel like I'm in my mid 50s. I feel like I'm 15 and I'm jamming at the Tobacco Warehouse in Glasgow. Like it just something about music just takes me back to that time. And Zeth and Doug and I've talked about it too. And
Keep you young.
yeah, there's something bizarre about it, man. I mean, you get into this vibe anyway, like when you listen, but when you're playing it and you're part of it and it's clicking, it's like I don't know anything about sports. I always just say go sports, but I assume that's what it's like when I'm, watching hockey and like they're making it happen. Like when they're just like they can't be stopped. It's like, oh, that's a good jam. That's what happens. Like,
That
yeah,
I think you're absolutely right. Like I'm not a big sports guy either. I have my teams that I root for, but that's
yeah.
that's the extent of it. Like you say, oh, you hit a home run. I'm like, oh, are we playing football? What's going on over here? Uh, not
For
really,
these two
but
guys, no sports, go sports.
I think you're absolutely right. When they're on it, they
Yeah.
probably feel like they're unstoppable, 15, 16 years old, like top of the world.
Yeah, it's like this magical thing, and listening to music can do that to you too. But when you play it, it's very different. And I personally, and I don't mean to be negative about the other versions of Luna Soul because they're all really good friends and I love them to death. But not having that jam element, I never got to experience that. It was just like, well, we're just playing. I'm playing the song. Like we wrote the song, we're gonna play it. And with these guys, it's like you can go into something. Well, you saw it when we were doing it live. It's
Yeah,
like we know there's a song there. I may not know the lyrics. Well, I promise I don't know the lyrics. And then these guys are just like killing it, and it's so fun, man. So it's really kind of cool to see in Vegas and even the other bands. Like to me, you can see when bands are living it and it's just oozing out of them. Like Valley of
yeah,
the Sun, watching them, it's like there's bands that just this is who they are, man. It's like, and I think every band there has an element of that, but there's some rise to the top. It's just a little different. So
for
it's
sure.
it's really kind of cool, man, with music and keeping us young and that whole scene keeps us young. But it is funny to look out and we're all gray and everybody wants to do, it's like we're all drinking
Yeah.
water backstage.
Well, the funniest damn thing is like sitting in the chair, you had to like reserve the tables. And like I'm
Oh,
watching
I didn't know
people
that.
on the outside, like, oh, that seat's empty. I wonder if I can sneak there and just have a seat for a little bit. I'm like, fuck, I don't care because I get
Oh
it.
yeah.
Like, go sit
Oh,
down.
that's cool. Yeah, help each other out.
Yeah, like we're all old. I don't break a hip because I feel like I'm right there about to do it. Like sit down, let's just enjoy the night.
Yeah, one of
And
the guys from Duel was like back there looking at this bottle. It looked like lotion that I've got over by my pedal board. And I'm just kind of warming up and I see him looking at it, watching it, looking at it. And then he kind of picked it up. I was like, oh, that's mine. And he's like, oh man, it's so dry out here. Do you mind if I use some? And I was like, you can, but that's arthritis cream because my fingers kill me. And we just all start dying laughing. We're like, oh my God, I use that too. Different
he's
time.
he's gonna feel great.
Yeah. I was like, man, if you put it all over your arm, you'll be tingling. You'll think you ate something out of Doug's bag.
That's
Oh
hilarious.
shit, I get it. You like especially being out there. I'm like waking up, taking my Zyrtec in the morning, make sure I have my.
Yeah. Oh, as I got older too, yeah, it's all patterned. I have everything that I do every day. I got to do it. Yeah,
Oh
that's
yeah. Just so what's hilarious is when you're a kid, when you're younger, obviously you're like, oh, I'm just gonna, I don't want to have a routine and do all this stuff. And the older you get, you're like, I keep forgetting shit. I need to put that into my routine and make sure like I am not missing a fucking step for anything like Zyrtec, orange juice, coffee, whatever
got
that
it. Oh
is.
yeah. Zeth, you saw my room when you came down to give me that massage. You saw my stuff out. Thanks for that, by the way. That's so nice. No, I'm just kidding. Speaking of being a kid, like Jason Walker, who is so freaking talented and so amazingly kind, he and his wife Jennifer, like they're just the nicest people. But and we're hanging out with some friends like Mike Varney's a friend of mine that's out in Vegas, and we got to hang out all weekend and just nerd out about guitars and bands and stuff. And but there was a moment when I was sitting there and I was talking to Jason, and we had just hugged about something, and I was like, dude, you play with Gene Simmons. Like, if I could go back and tell my 10-year-old self, like, the demon, one of his band members is going to become your friend. Like, it would just blow your mind. But all that stuff comes from music too. So it's not just the music, it's like the scene and the family, the community is so important to me and
Absolutely.
to everybody. It's kind of cool,
That's
man.
that's the biggest thing is the the relationships you make. Like
Yeah,
I think I'm a big like mental health advocate, and you
right
look
on.
at a lot of the reports and they say that most of I don't, I'm going to get this wrong, but like a lot of the mental health issues are from lack of connection.
Oh,
So
wow.
I
I can see
find
that.
my
Yeah.
I find myself really like conversations like this I enjoy. I love like, hey, that fucking shirt over there is really freaking cool, man. I'm from that area or whatever, I know them for
Yeah.
this reason, and you build that organic connection, and you don't feel so fucking alone in the world,
Yeah. That's cool, man.
so
It's
you
so weird to think about that moment too, because you were out like hanging out. We're just getting there. I see the
yeah,
hooker shirt, then we start talking, and wait, we're like, oh, we're all from Kentucky. That's
yeah,
weird. And like now we're doing this and hanging out, and it's just people being people. I think that's really cool. But from a mental health aspect, I love that about the scene. I see people post sometimes about their struggles in that space, and we all have that, but some
yeah,
obviously have it to bigger degrees. And I just think it's awesome when we all, as a scene, wrap our arms around each other. It's kind of like bikers, and people would give bikers a bad rap, and that's the same thing, man. They not that they're out hugging each other all day long, but there's like a family that creates, and I always like that about the underground rock scene. It's like everybody
yeah.
does. No one should be alone, man. We're all in this together.
That's the
There's enough,
truth
yeah, there's enough of all of us to go around and all support each other and do good things for each other. It's very cool.
for sure. I always
Yeah.
look at going to a show as like going to church because I'm with my people.
Yeah.
A
It's
good show is like a
yeah.
religious experience.
Yeah, that this weekend felt almost like a revival, like a Southern revival. Like everybody got
Yeah,
back together. Like, yeah, there was some show. I like that. There was some snake handling.
for sure.
Sorry, Zeth. I didn't mean to bring that up again. Gosh, again.
So, so what bands what bands did
Jesus
you guys
Christ.
see that really like stuck out?
Really just Doug for me. It was all about Doug.
Doug and his snake handling, huh?
I, I'm not gonna lie. I thought Godzillionaire. I just and
I agree with that.
IATA,
Absolutely
is that
with
how you
that.
say their name? Like those two bands?
Iota.
IOTA, thanks. Those two bands blew me away. What about you guys?
Thunderfoot.
I agree with Godzilla there for sure.
Oh yeah, Thunderfoot. See, I didn't get to see them. I was sick that night. That was the night
They,
I had to
they,
stay in.
they, they, they were from another world.
I heard they were incredible. You were the one
Dude.
telling me.
Yeah.
In fact, you tried to get in their
Ridiculous.
band and quit our band, didn't you? Is that
Yeah,
what was?
I did. They wouldn't let me. They said I wasn't cool enough.
You were offering cash money.
I did. They said no, no. You're gonna have to stick with Dave.
You're like, I'll come. I come with a roadie now. She's a hillbilly translator on the side.
Right. They didn't take any of my bullshit. None of it. They said get away.
We'll take you. We love you, Doug.
They were like, get out of here. You're a
Yeah.
hillbilly translator. We don't need that
Yeah,
shit.
Is that
no.
a
They're
real
from England.
job?
They're from England. They didn't need that.
Nah,
Yeah, that's true.
they were really good. They're super nice guys too.
Oh, cool.
We ran into them. We were at their record store like 2 blocks away from the usual place, and we're just hanging out. And they come walking down, and I'm like, Dan, like Tom, what's up? Like, so we sat there
Oh,
and
that's
chatted for
really
a little bit.
cool.
That's
Yeah.
way cool.
What record store did you go? Was it that Z's or Sound on Z? What was the one we went to, Zach? It was badass.
Oh,
I
you
forgot.
was it didn't have all the records on the wall, did it?
This one did. It was just like covered. All the walls were covered with stuff.
Oh, that's probably the one we went to.
I looked for Doug's solo album, looked all over. I did not find it, Doug. I looked.
Yeah, we looked for Just Insane and it wasn't there.
Justin, That's
Yeah,
Doug was in a 80s pretty boy metal band. He looked very different. I would have dated him back in the day. Like
oh,
he was
dude, I
he
was
was an
pretty.
attractive woman.
Man, I was gorgeous.
His dad said that he goes, my boy was gorgeous. But the
I
name
was
was Justin, and then the
I
last
would
name
have
was
been.
Sane. And I was like, you that's when he officially became a member of our band. We were like that you with that story, you're in, brother.
you win. You
Yeah. You were, and didn't you say you had like a school bus? You painted it black and put that on the
Yeah,
front? Just
yeah, oh yeah.
insane.
No, we had a
Done.
JS that we welded from a metal from our metal shop class. We had
Oh yeah, you
JS on
did.
there. We
Yeah,
loaded
you
up.
did. You got a C plus on that in metal
Yeah,
shop.
right.
But you would have played the Toy Tiger where we're from. They would have loved you.
They would have
Dusty
loved you
Sane
for
full in.
sure. So what was, obviously, I guess 2/3 of you moved from out here to Denver. Zeth, are you from Denver or did you grow up somewhere else too?
I'm from New York.
Okay.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
made all of you guys go to Denver?
Well, most people from Colorado are not from Colorado.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
that is true. A lot of people.
There's very few people that actually are from Colorado. They moved in and then they decided, wait a minute, this is a cool place, and then they stay because once you're in Colorado, you don't leave.
I aggravate my wife by getting the native Colorado stickers every once in a while. I'll put it on the car. She's like, "You are not native." I think you get free donuts if you have this on your truck, though. That's I'm putting it on there, man.
Yeah,
I
Kristen
think for
says,
me, I moved out here for a woman. I don't know about the other guys. My wife, we were in Kentucky, and she wanted to move back home. She grew up in Vale back in the day, punk rocker from Vale. So I was like, "Let's go."
Let's go. Hell yeah.
What brought you out here, Doug? Just insane? Were y'all touring? The bus broke
well,
down?
no, my parents moved me out in the third grade. It was a forced move. Yeah, I had no choice. They drugged
And
me
then
into
did you
this.
move to Pueblo then?
Yes, I was
Okay,
well,
cool.
Holy shit. What about you,
long, long,
Zeth?
long ago.
My mom lived out here in Denver,
Yeah.
and when I graduated, I came out to help her out.
For sure. So how long have you all been out there? Obviously, Doug's been out there for, like 60
107
years at this
years.
point.
Yeah, 107 years.
Long
Seth, you've
time.
been here like 30 years, right?
What's that?
You've been here like 30 years, is that right?
Yeah, I've been like 32, something like that.
Something like 32 years and 3 months and 4 days and 6 hours for Zeth.
27 seconds.
Yeah, it's 28.
29, 30.
I like he's acting all like I don't know, 32 years, 4 months. I for 12 years for me.
Okay. You like it out there more than you liked it here?
I wouldn't say more, but I do like it. It's very different. It's a different vibe, so it's good for this chapter of my life. I really, really dig it. Um, but no, I mean, I love Kentucky. So I love Kentucky. I love Colorado. My wife
Yeah.
did not feel the same way, hence I now live in Colorado.
That's funny. I grew up in Detroit actually,
Oh, really?
and
Oh, wow.
my wife grew up in Southern California. So we met here.
Southern California, Louisville, that's a bit of a jar. And Detroit to
Yeah.
Louisville, that's jarring too. Yeah.
Well, before I made it to Louisville, I was in St. Louis and then Nashville and a
Oh,
few
okay.
other places. So I ended up here. This time I came back, I guess I came back about 15 years ago. And before
Oh,
that
right.
was 25 or so years ago. So late 90s, early 2000s, I came here the first time.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I love Louisville.
Yeah, it's a good place. So my wife keeps telling me we should move to Michigan, or she used to tell me like we should move to Michigan, and I'm like, why? Like I love it, don't get me wrong, but it's a great
Yeah,
place to be from, like
it's a great place to be from. I think that's their slogan now, right? They got a whole
yeah,
marketing campaign.
yeah, it's a great place to be from,
Yeah.
Michigan.
That's classic.
She
Michigan is
goes,
definitely a great place to be from. There's nothing good about Michigan.
Michigan's fucking beautiful. Ohio.
Doug, Doug will tell you how he feels. That's what I love
Oh,
about
I
him.
I know. It's that Michigan Ohio rivalry.
Yeah, it is.
One of my best friends is from Cleveland, and I fucking ride him all the time about being from Ohio. He's like, "But you love me." I'm like, "Yeah, I do. I just wish you weren't from fucking Ohio."
But
That's awesome.
that's a bold statement from somebody from Kentucky
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
That's the place where you go to for entertainment. Just grab a lawn chair and a cooler and go stand in front of the Walmart, watch people walk in and out of the store.
Well, that is true. And you can
That is
camp there
true.
and live there if you want.
Yeah.
We'd like to go ahead and announce, on the show right now that we're auditioning bass players. So yeah, anybody that could be cool about Kentucky is welcome to audition. Doug's like, oh,
If you like Kentucky, let's see that shit.
yeah, give us a call.
Okay, you gotta love Kentucky though.
Doug's got some Kentucky. What didn't your family is like? Because Doug's way
Oh,
into the history, Tom, so
all
he'll go down to
Kentucky
all the
roots.
Civil
Huge
War shit.
Kentucky roots. My family followed Daniel Boone into Kentucky.
Shit.
My family did not.
No,
Yeah,
my
mine didn't
family's been
either.
in Kentucky since the first settlements.
So you're the
My
problem,
fam,
really.
my,
Now that we
yeah,
think about
my family fought Kentucky in the Civil War.
Oh my
well,
God.
thanks, Doug.
Oh, good
Thanks for
Lord.
clearing that up for all of
Kentucky
Kentucky.
free state because it was Texas that fought in the Civil War right there.
Your family got a little inbred in your DNA. Call Doug Tackett. His
Well,
number is
there's some,
555.
hey, not every
Inbred.
every
Inbred.
tree, not every tree has to have
Bread.
a branch.
Oh my God.
Sorry, Tom.
No, don't be. This shit's funny as hell.
We're
I love
still
it.
only 15, even when we're not playing music. We're finding that out.
That's the best thing. You get,
That's true. Fair.
it sucks getting old. Your body feels it. Your mind doesn't have to feel it. You got to fucking have fun with it.
That's right. That's right.
So what do we
Absolutely.
got to do to get you guys out here?
Tell Dave to just let us go. I could book the gig tomorrow. In fact, if you want me to.
Yes, this is an all day, every day battle with our band. We'll book one show and Doug will be like, awesome. I'm gonna book 14 shows around that one show. And I'll be like, no, dude, no, we're gonna do that one show. I know, but I'm just saying on the way there, we're gonna go into Alaska. We're gonna play a festival there. We're gonna swing down to Boca Raton, hit a festival down there. Like, no, we're not. No. Yeah. I keep
We're
telling him,
going
get
to
a guitar player, like get somebody that's actually good to sing and play guitar. You can do all that stuff. And he's like,
shit.
no, no.
Going to
No.
Kentucky by way of China. We're gonna stop in.
That would be Doug would be fine with that.
Hey,
Oh, look,
hey,
do a little
it's on the
routing.
way. It's just
That's
on the way.
on the
Depends on what
way.
direction you're going.
All jokes aside, I really would love to come there. I'd love to play with Vibrolas. I'd love to play with Tojo, Yamamoto, what Larry Joe and Pattern Hill. I love that. And um, what's that one band, Jason's Crop, that Jason's
Oh
working
yeah.
with? Those guys a lot. Um, yeah, so we're actually, I don't tell Doug a lot of this stuff because he goes crazy, but there's people, we're talking, trying to figure some stuff out. But yeah, we
Right
should
on.
do
That's what I.
something. We should do something with you, man. Tie it together somehow and do something fun.
I'm down. I'm
Yeah,
totally
Cool.
that'd be
down. We could
cool.
have a lot of fun. There's
Hell yeah.
there's a band out of like Cincinnati, Blessed Black, that I think would really uh
Oh, cool.
jam well with
Yeah,
you
because it'd be
guys.
fun to hit like Lexington, where I'm from. Like I spent a lot of time there. I'm from Glasgow, and then do like Southgate House.
Yeah.
Do pop off. Doug, I'm just kidding. We're only gonna do one show. Did you see his eyes? He was just like, hold on now. We could hit Columbus, we could hit Richmond,
I,
Virginia,
I
and
was
then
already
hit
pulling that
Seattle.
map.
On the tail end of it, we'll swing out to Seattle.
I was pulling up
Hell
map
yeah.
first.
Tail end.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
the
I,
tail
I
end.
actually, I actually would really like to get to Kentucky. I'd like to do that more than some of the other stuff that gets thrown at us, just because I miss home and it'd be kind of fun to play at home. It's been a long time.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like that, you'd see a lot of people you probably haven't seen in a while.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I would love it. Yeah, there's some great people.
Well, Braun from Crop books at Al's Bar, so I'm sure
Oh, does
that'll
he? He
be,
books owls? Okay.
yeah, that'd be a really easy transition.
Yeah, I was talking to Jason Groves yesterday, and he was saying Braun's got a festival going on too, and
Legalized Lex. Yep.
yeah, so that's so Lexington's not legal. Kentucky's not, right? Or is it? I don't know.
So medicinal.
Oh, okay. We were doing stuff like with Willie Nelson back in the 80s when we were in college, late 80s, for Gatewood, Galbraith, and like trying to legalize. Like, I'm like, it's great to know that the youth of Kentucky are still like, seriously?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
It's
Doug doesn't travel to a state that's not legal, right, Doug?
Well, it's difficult. I try to stay covert.
What?
As long as I can get underground, stay hidden.
Ghost Doug, baby.
Ghost,
Go,
Right.
go.
Ghost
Hey,
Doug.
that's right.
Off
We
the
talked about that at
radar.
the beginning of the interview. That's just
Doug gets so high
Well,
sometimes he'll close his eyes and he thinks we can't see him. It's kind of cool.
you
Oh,
can't see
there
me.
he goes.
He's gone.
that's funny. I'll tell you a funny high story. I don't get high. Um,
Yeah.
but at one point I like went up to my in-laws house who live in the Upper Peninsula in Michigan.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah.
So we stopped by a couple of dispensaries. I buy a bunch of gummies and we go to their house and I'm like, we're gonna have fun, like up here in the middle of nowhere. So I eat a fucking gummy, give one to my mother-in-law, give one to my wife. Then like 10 minutes later, I'm like, yeah, I'll have another gummy. Like, whoop.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, so my father-in-law, I'm high as shit a couple hours later. I don't know what
Yeah.
the fuck's going on. I'm like standing there. My my
You got
father-in-law's
Doug.
talking to me. My fucking mother-in-law hits me and goes, "Hey, he's talking to you." And I'm like, "Oh, sorry, like what's up?" She goes, "He wants to take you in his new fucking what does he have? He some new expedition, brand new
Oh, wow.
expedition, all the bells and whistles. Like he wants to take you on a ride." Now from their house to the gas station, it's a 45-minute ride.
Oh, wow. You're
I'm like,
high as
"All
hell.
right." Like, yeah, I'm high as shit.
Let's
I got my
go.
baseball cap pulled down. Like, let's do this. He's talking to me the whole time, and my completely sober brain goes, "You probably need to start making some noises, or he's gonna think you're dead."
Never good when you're having the conversation in your head.
No. So he like paused and I go, ooh. And then he'd say something and he'd pause and he'd go, ah, and it was like, ooh, ah, oh, the whole
Just
trip.
filling in the cracks.
So the next morning, obviously my mother-in-law and my wife laugh at me because I ate too. And the next morning, I'm sober and we're all standing around the kitchen and she goes, I can't believe how fucking high you were last night, blah, blah, blah. And my father-in-law looks at me and goes, oh, that's what was wrong with you last night. Like, yep, that's
What
what
was
was wrong with
wrong
me.
with you? You're like, wait, what? I thought I was spot on, man. I did great.
Yeah. No, I knew I was fucked. Like, nope, that's what was wrong with me. That's why I don't do that shit. Like, because I'm
I can't handle like that. No way. Yeah.
no.
I'm a dabbler in anything, beer especially.
Oh yeah, you're a big beer drinker?
No dabbler. I used to go excess with Super Fuzz. Then I met Doug and Zeth and let them do the excess. So I just lay back now.
Now you're the driver.
Yeah, I'm the adult, I guess, which is not ever good if I'm the adult.
I don't
Ever.
drink.
Yeah. I
Um,
didn't drink for years. I loved it.
yeah.
I started back again during COVID because my wife Jen, who's like my best friend in the world, I love her to death. But we were sitting there one day and she's like, "Dude, seriously, I can't take you sober if we're in this house forever." Because my brain's like this, like constantly. She was like, "You gotta chill out."
That's hilarious.
I actually wrote a Hermano song about that moment, "Breathe," because she was like, "You just have to breathe, just breathe." And I was like, "Oh,
Hell
okay."
yeah. That's
Yeah,
great. My wife is like when I told her I was quitting caffeine, she was
yeah.
like, "Don't you fucking dare."
You gotta have something.
Yeah, like because I like quit drinking in September and then probably November I was like, I'm too stressed out. I think I'm gonna cut caffeine out. And she was like, I don't think now's the right time for that shit. Like,
For her. She's like, not
yeah,
for me. Just
she's like, no.
think about those that you love.
Yeah, I like the. I wake up. I'm like, cool. I'm done with caffeine. She's like, here, you want a coffee? I'm like, no. I quit.
Literally
But
said, yeah.
yeah,
So you don't do
I did.
caffeine either?
Well, I didn't do caffeine for about a year. I'm back to
Wow.
drinking caffeine.
Okay. Wow.
I was just drinking like too much coffee, so my I guess my cortisol level was way fucked
Yeah.
up from
Yeah,
drinking
it'll
so
mess it up.
much.
Hmm.
It's nice to kind of be a little bit back in line, but like no drinking. Dude, it's so nice to go to a show and actually remember the
Yeah.
show. Wake up the next morning not going, how the fuck did I have a $500 bar tab? What was that about?
Yes. We've all been there. Speaking of, Doug, I want
So,
to talk to you about Las Vegas. No, I'm just
uh-oh.
kidding. That's not just teasing. Doug's not a big drinker.
No,
I
that's
smoke a
good.
lot of weed. I
Do you have
smoke a
a
lot of marijuana though.
preference of like sativa, indica,
Oh,
hybrid?
sativa, sativa. By the way, sativa all the way. Yeah, I need highly functional.
I don't think Zeth's known Doug probably 20 plus years. I don't think either one of us have ever seen him sober. Honestly, he's always high.
Real
Well,
though, for real.
I try very hard to make sure that you guys don't see that side of me.
See that side of
So,
me.
You can never see the sober Doug.
He's not allowed out. Yeah, he's just not allowed out. He
That's
literally
for
gets
sure.
pulled over and they get him high out here. They're like, "No, Doug, here, smoke this. Something's not right. You're driving weird.
So, your THC levels are too low.
We're trying to help you."
Like, here, hit this fucking dab pen. Come on. Come on.
Yeah, that would be Doug.
You need 4 or 5 good hits before we can let you go, Doug. Oh shit, really?
They help you. Oh, that's awesome.
That's hilarious. So we're gonna have a Doug Tackett of Luna Soul blend of like pot coming to market soon.
Ooh,
Yeah, our own strand, exactly.
the Luna Bowl.
The
Hey, I like
oh,
that. All right.
Well, that got his
Great
attention, Zeth.
idea. My word.
Every time
Where you
Doug's trying
hiding
to
that?
route us through Boston or something, we can just bring up the Luna Bowl again. Well,
Oh, I
like
love it.
Doug, we're going to Vegas. We don't need to stop in New York City. Like, no, no. Like we
You'll
do,
do
I
it.
swear.
Depends on what direction you're going in. It's on the way somewhere.
Oh, oh,
When you don't
oh.
have your eyes open the whole time, I guess the map looks different. I mean, I didn't know that, but it's what
It
I'm
all
feeling.
looks the same,
Yeah,
like
yeah, it's just one big blur. We're
he
going to
just needs
city.
he just needs to flip it over is what the deal is.
Oh, that's
We'll get
awesome.
there. We'll get
oh
there.
God. Well, if you guys want someone to blow some glass for you, I got a buddy who blows some fantastic glass.
Really? Oh, wow, that could be cool.
Yeah. Could you imagine? Like, hey, we're selling Luna Bowls here at the Luna Soul set.
Oh,
Oh God,
now we're
you just
talking.
took Doug to another level.
Yeah.
Man, I got some ideas going now.
Doug hosts the longest standing festival in America, right? It's called Bongathon.
Yeah, longest running cannabis event in the country,
There you
Oh
go.
in the
shit.
world.
In the world,
It's been going on since 1974.
Wow.
I'm telling you, that is Colorado weed meets a little backwoods hillbillies. There's something going on in them waters.
That is true.
That's
Good
wild.
people.
1974. That's a fucking 50-year.
Isn't that
Yeah,
crazy?
I've been running it the last 16 years.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
So what do you guys do? Just get around and smoke a bunch of weed?
It's a smoking competition.
Oh,
Oh, it's
It's full.
bizarre.
It's a great party. It's a great party.
I'm out. I just hear smoking competition. Nope.
No, people training for this, man. It's they got training teams. There's coaches. There's
Coach,
people.
over there. You got this. You
There's
could have first
science.
smoked like you smoked nothing before.
there's these they're in their ice baths, they're training, they're they're hydrating.
Then they smoke and they go to sleep and wake up and eat a bag of Cheetos.
That's exactly it. Hey man, there's nothing. It's all beautiful.
That's
Yeah,
fucking
and it's
great.
beautiful up where you guys have it. It's freaking gorgeous up there in the mountains.
So you guys have live music at least?
Oh, of course.
Yeah, it's Doug. There's gonna be music there.
Well, absolutely.
Yeah. Like it would get boring to watch a bunch of people just smoke a bunch of weed. Like,
Yeah,
who's gonna fall
not
out
to the people
first?
smoking it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Who's
that's
gonna pass out?
like
Could we, when you
Oh,
go back, can
you
you have
got
AI
ticket
put bubbles over?
contests, and
What?
I said there's all it's a big like trade convention type of thing there's also it's a whole big event where there's a lot of the new industry is now involved since the legalization and whatnot. So the party has grown to a whole another level at this. It's really nice.
Legit.
yeah, that's cool. How has that like affected, the legalization? How has it affected like all of that shit around you guys?
Oh, everything positive. It's awesome. Legalization is a great thing.
Yeah, you can grow your own and just kind of, yeah, it's just pretty chill out here. It's no different than getting a glass of wine and kind of hanging out. But honestly, I mean, Zach and Doug have to speak more to this than I can, but my wife tells me it's been like that for years. Like the Black Crows played on the count or the state lawn at the state building, like on 420. Like they'll always have big bands and everybody just gets high. And I remember being out here and they were handing out the cops were on TV and the chief of police is like, yeah, we're here and we're celebrating. We know it's not legal, but it's when I first moved here, they're like, but this is a community and this is part of what our community does. And we allow it this, one time. And we're giving out bags of Doritos that have, all of the side effects of marijuana and why you shouldn't do it. And I'm not joking, dude. Like 30 minutes later on the same news, he's back on there and he looks frantic and he's like, the thing you don't want to do is run out of Doritos at the 420 festival. Die. I was like, only in Denver. That is freaking hilarious. Use caution, people.
We're out of Doritos.
I
Send
know.
Doritos now.
I like that the police are handing them out and then they're freaking out. We're out. We're out. Are there
So
any
there's
Funyuns
was, uh,
anywhere?
there was one
That's
420 fest that was so massive back in the day that everyone exhaled at 420 that a satellite caught that cloud from Denver.
Oh, really? Oh my
Yeah, it
God.
was like I
That's
forgot it was like 300,000 people or
Look,
something.
Doug's like, I was a part of that.
I was
It
there.
was something that was so crazy that they
I
like
got a tattooed on
literally
me.
caught that on satellite images.
That's
that is
crazy.
that is incredible.
That's fucking wild.
Yeah, it's pretty
Jesus.
nuts.
It's definitely a
We
different vibe of folks that are out here, and I think that contributes to the art and the music too, and the whole scene. Like it, there's all these little pockets of different things happening, but there's this community about it too, which I think is super cool. It kind of reminds me of Kentucky, and it could be that way now too, but back in the day, where like all the bands would kind of support each other, go see each other, and everybody's like
yeah.
trying to add shows, and I feel that in Denver right now, big time, and it's really cool. And I think that just kind of comes from that non-judgmental environment.
I think that's, one of the cool things. I feel like we've kind of went through phases where
Mhm.
bands will come out and support, all the bands are coming out and supporting each other. So you've got a crowd. And there are other times where it's like, man, the bands don't want to come out and support each other. And you're like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah,
And right now, obviously I can't speak for everywhere, but right now I feel like the scene in this area, Lexington, Cincinnati, Louisville, Indianapolis
yeah,
is
it's
it's
great.
really powerful, and it's great to see so many
That's good to
people
hear.
that aren't in bands like pushing like, hey, you got to go see this band, right? Go see that
Yeah,
band,
we do that. Yeah.
you know.
No, that's cool. We're usually pretty accepted out here till they meet Doug, then it's over. But you know, we take those first 3 minutes and we just cherish them.
Here, Doug, here's a joint. We're gonna go meet some people. Wait a little bit before you come in. Well, okay.
Yeah, give us
I'll
at least 15
hold on.
minutes.
Yeah.
And then act like you don't know us, if you don't mind. Just go to the bar and act like you don't know us. That'd be cool.
Oh shit.
Who
We're
are you
trying to get
people?
a gig in Colorado Springs instead of Boston. Like,
So the goal this year is to get you guys out here.
we would
That
love that.
is that's my goal.
I think that's a great goal.
But, yeah.
Yeah, for
So,
sure,
Tom,
man.
I'm not going to give Doug your number because he's going to blow you up. Like, okay, how do we get this done?
My phone doesn't stop already. Like it's
Yeah,
so
that's right.
bad. Like we started this, I was on 30% and it's dead now. Like
Oh my gosh.
it's been just sitting here like blowing up.
That's crazy, dude.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude.
Well,
Like
it would be fun to put a show together. We should start tossing some bands around. I mean, we can do a text and figure out a time. Like to get there is easy. Doug actually spends a lot of time in Ohio. I do too, family there. But then I've got family, my daughter and her kids, and are in Lexington still. So I love to hang out there, man.
oh yeah.
Go down, do some shows. So we'll figure it out. Let's do it together. It'd be fun if you're into
Yeah,
it.
for sure. I'm totally down. I'd love to have you guys come and play, We'll get Braun and Crop,
That'd be
and
awesome.
those dudes involved and Braun knows how to put it together and promotes really fucking well. So I
Oh,
think that
good.
would be
Yeah, I need to
fantastic.
meet him. That'd be awesome. I'd love to get his help. Well, yeah, if you get a moment, hit him up and see if he'd be into it.
For sure. I'll
Okay.
absolutely do that. I'm sure if I said, "Hey dude, Dave and the dudes from Luna Soul want to come fucking play," he'd be like, "Fuck yeah, dude. Like this weekend, I can make it happen." Like, no, we need a little time, but
Tell him that he can get with Doug because we got to go through China. We're doing a Frankfurt, Germany. We're gonna do a little routing.
we got a 5 date tour. We're gonna hit Russia, Germany,
Yeah,
China. Then we're
Russia.
going back up to Finland and then maybe
You
down
got
to
to go to Finland.
Antarctica. Like we're fucking hitting
Glasgow,
it all.
Glasgow. Didn't you say you mean Glasgow, Ireland?
We're fucking going everywhere. I actually just looked at flights into Glasgow because we want to go see the Black Sabbath thing.
I know. That's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's crazy
Tickets.
to think our rock stars are like we're saying goodbye, and it's this huge, beautiful. And I love they've got Bill Ward back. It's like, okay,
Yeah,
stop
yeah,
the
dude.
drama,
For real,
put the
dude.
man
Get
back
Bill
in. He's
Ward.
badass.
Yeah.
He has to be there.
And that's the one thing that was missing on the end tour was Bill.
Yeah, that was a
They
great
were
show, but
it really was, but like to not have Bill there, it didn't feel like that was really the end. So this, obviously Ozzy's not in the best of shape, but for
yeah,
them to like say, okay, here's our, this is it. This is our fucking swan song.
yep,
And the bands, like
Oh my God, the
holy
lineup is
shit.
ridiculous.
yeah, it's sick. It's
Yeah.
totally sick.
So, oh, that
It'll
reminds
be
me. I
good.
gotta find a fucking pre-sale code tonight so I can buy my tickets.
Yeah, I've thought about it myself, but I don't think I can swing it.
I think you can.
I think you can, sir.
Positive. You can,
You see, hey, if you are in the parking lot and you see the Just Insane bus, you'll know it's us.
yes.
All right.
Free show in the parking lot. We drove here from fucking Colorado. Like,
That's right, dude.
Doug's route with Doug's routing, you can just drive. You don't have to take a boat. Nope. He figures it out.
oh shit. Oh,
We
I
just
love
ride
it.
on a submarine.
Oh
He
my
goes to the
God.
Dollar Tree and buys some of those like arm things you put on your kids. He's got them all around
The
the bus.
floaties, like,
Yeah, some floaties. It's pretty cool.
like
Makes us look tough.
holy shit, why did they sell so many fucking floaties last quarter? I was just Doug. He was rooting the fucking new Luna Soul tour.
Yeah, he's trying to put some gigs together. Figured there may
We'll
be
get
some
there,
water
dog.
involved.
We'll be prepared for a water landing.
Oh, I fucking
Oh,
love
that's
it.
awesome.
Oh shit. All right. I'm not gonna keep you guys all night. I greatly appreciate you coming to, taking time to come hang out and chat with me
Oh
about the
man.
band.
Yeah, thanks, Tom. I appreciate it.
Fuck yeah, I really look forward to getting you guys out here.
Oh man, yeah. Thanks, Tom. Let's do
I want to
it.
fucking see you guys again so bad. Like it was such a good. I literally. So my wife is not into metal. I'm a big metalhead. If you can't
Yeah,
tell.
I can tell.
I said, I said, holy shit, babe! Like this fucking band, you're gonna like them. And she's like, I don't know. Like you say that a lot. I'm like, no, I really don't. Like I kind of know what you like. So I fucking played Vita Morris, and she was like, oh, I could totally get into this. I'm like, fuck yeah, you can. I know you
Hell
can.
yeah.
So fuck yeah.
Oh, that's really cool. Well, we like that.
Hell
Yeah, I
yeah,
So
could
me
love that.
too. Anytime
yeah.
I can bring my family to do shit, like I want to do it.
Oh yeah, me
So
too, man. That's the
That's
best.
awesome.
hell yeah. All right. Well, guys, go have a great night.
Yeah. Tom, thanks, dude. It's great to
Yeah.
Yeah,
see you.
thank you.
Yep.
Hell
All
Thanks,
right,
yeah.
yeah,
man.
let's put that show together.
All right, we'll do.
Okay.
See ya.
Later, brother.